video, we can see the implantation of a blastocyst inside the mother's womb. After implantation, the mother's womb, the gastrulation process is started. In the gastrulation process, the ectoderm, endoderm and as well as the mesoderm are formed. This process is called, after this process, the cell layers are called as gastrula. The fate of the germ layers are the ectoderm. The ectoderm will be converted into epidermal tissue, nervous tissue, retina, eye lens, cornea, etc. The endoderm will be converted into inner lining of digestive tract, respiratory system, liver, pancreas, etc. The mesoderm will be converted into dermis, muscular and connective tissue. The organogenesis is the process by which the organs are formed. The first organ formed is the heart at 4 weeks of gestation. Then the limbs are slowly developed. See, we can see the development of the child inside the mother's womb very clearly in this video. See how marvelous it is. We are all enjoying there. Did you know? Inside the blastocyst, the cells are called as stem cells. They are pluripotent in nature. That is, they can be developed into a nerve cell or a muscle cell or a blood cell. The fetal membranes. Let us see the fetal membranes. This is the yolk sac, this is the amnion, chorion, allantois, embryo. This is the embryo. Inside this, there is the embryo. The extra embryonic membranes protect the embryo. It prevents the embryo from drying out and it helps in obtaining food and oxygen and eliminating the wastes. This is the amniotic cavity. The amniotic fluid inside the cavity cushions the embryo from external blows. The first day of last menstrual cycle up to 9 months is the time of parturition. See, this is how we are all developed inside our mother's womb. The heartbeat in the fetus in the first month. The development of limbs in the second month, in the end of the second month. Limbs and along with the digits. In the third month, the most organs are developed. The most organ systems developed towards the end of the first trimester. See? Month by month, week by week, we are enjoying how we were all formed. This is the signs of movement during the 5th month. Wow, enjoy children. We were there inside our mother's womb like this. The formation of hair, eyelashes and separation of eyelids during the 6th, 7th month. And during the 8th month, and fetus is full. See children. Still then we were learning about the fertilization and implantation process. Now we are going to learn about maintenance of pregnancy and embryonic development. After fertilization, the cells divide and forms a morula, a multi-cell ball-like structure. Then the ball will be transformed to a blastula. The inner cell mass inside the blastula has epiblast and hypoblast. The epiblast is the ectoderm, whereas the hypoblast is called as the embryonic ectoderm. The cells between the epiblast and endoderm is called as mesoderm. The transformation of blastocyst into a gastrula with the primary germ layers by the movement of blastomeres is called as gastrulation. This blastula, the cells of the blastula is called as blastocyst. They will move and forms germ layers. This process is called as gastrulation. The cells will move here and there and forms layers of cells. The final stage is called as gastrula, whereas the movement to form gastrula is called as gastrulation. The germ layers after gastrula formation, the cells are called as germ layers. They give rise to specific tissues, organs and organ systems during organogenesis. Organs means heart, lungs, liver, kidney, everything you know. Genesis means production. Extra embryonic membranes. The extra embryonic membranes are there to protect the embryo. They are amnion, yolk sac, allantois and chorion. Besides protecting the embryo from desiccation and mechanical shock, desiccation means breakage. Mechanical shock, electrical shock, you all know when we touch the wire, that is called as the electrical shock. What is a mechanical shock then? Yes, injury. If the mother falls down, that should not affect the embryo. That is the mechanical shock. And helps in absorption of nutrients and exchange of gases. It helps to absorb nutrients. It helps to absorb nutrients and exchange of gases. It exchanges the exchange of gases. It gives oxygen to the embryo and takes out carbon dioxide from the embryo. Amnion. Amnion is a double-layered translucent membrane filled with amniotic fluid. Amnion is a double-layered translucent membrane, transparent membrane, which is filled with amniotic fluid. Just like a cover, you imagine, add water and it is the amnion. The cover is the amnion, plastic cover, polythene cover. What we have taken is the amnion and the water we have added is the amniotic fluid. Okay children, just this amnion is just a protective cover. The amniotic fluid provides buoyancy and protects the embryo from injury. Thereby it regulates the temperature and medium to move. So amniotic fluid is the panikudam where we were swimming when we was in our mother's womb, when we were in the mother's womb. Okay, so it gives the buoyancy. Buoyancy means to float. And protects the embryo from injury. If it is water, then no shock will be coming to the embryo. And it regulates the temperature and provides a medium to move. Yolk sac. Yolk sac forms a part of gut and the source of earliest blood cells and vessels. All have eaten the egg, so we all know about the yolk. There is nothing more needed for you to explain about the yolk sac then. Allantois. Allantois is a small outpocketing of embryonic tissue at the caudal end of the yolk sac. It forms the structural base for the umbilical cord and becomes the part of urinary bladder. Allantois is a small pocketing outgrowth of embryonic tissue at the caudal, at the tail end of the yolk sac. It forms the base for the umbilical cord and it becomes the part of a urinary bladder in later stages. Chorion. Chorion is the outermost membrane of the embryo and all other membranes. Chorion is the extreme outer part. It helps in the formation of placenta. Trophoblast cells. In the blastocyst, there will be several finger-like projection called chorionic villi. They will carry the fetal blood and they are surrounded by the sinuses that contains the maternal blood. Trophoblast cells is nothing but the blastocyst will be sending out finger-like projections. The finger-like projections are called chorionic villi. These chorionic villi carry fetal blood and they are surrounded by more sinuses that contain maternal blood. See children, the picture shows the fetus within the uterus. This picture is given detail in your book. So you can refer that too. This is the baby inside the womb. This is the uterus. This cover is called as the amnion. This cover. Can you see? This cover is called as the amnion. The fluid inside this is called as the amniotic fluid. The growing baby is the fetus. This is the chorion, the outermost covering here. The umbilical cord. Can you see? This is the umbilical cord. This is the placenta. This finger-like projections are called the placental villi. This brown color cover is called as allantois. And this is the fallopian tube. Can you see everything? Okay, children. The human pregnancy lasts for about 280 days or 40 weeks. This period is called as the gestation period, which is divided into trimesters. Each trimester carries 3 months. The first trimester is the period of organogenesis, where the organs are formed. The second trimester is well formed with features. The third trimester, the embryo fully develops and gets ready for delivery. The placental hormones are HCG, human chorionic gonadotropin, HCS, human chorionic somatomamotropin, HPL, human placental lactogen, estrogen and progesterone. Relaxin is the hormone that is for the relaxation of pelvic ligaments at the time of parturition, that is produced. Relaxin is a hormone produced by placenta for parturition or to deliver the baby. Thank you, children.